let's talk about Agatha. So everybody knows that The Penguin just, finished its season. Everyone loved it. It got high ratings across the board, both from critics, unless you're IGN, and fans alike. People are still making memes about what happened to certain characters, which I will not give away to you. But the counterpart to this is Agatha All Along, which was touted by Disney as a success early on, mainly because the show was so darn cheap to make. But now it looks like the ratings, once episode 5 hit, just continued to plummet.
How many episodes are left in this season?
I think it's done, and it finished at 8, I think. So it's already done.
8 episodes in the season. It's a limited series. Yeah. They're not going to continue it anyway.
I could be off about that. I'm through the show, but I don't remember.
They're even below Rings of Power season 2.
Which is getting, here's the thing, guys.
Sad.
If you want to remember, like last year or 2 years ago when we were talking about Rings of Power, everyone can complain all they want, but if you're Amazon, you'd rather have the bad attention rather than just no attention at all. Like, nobody's even talking about it.
Actually, you're right. Yeah.
Like, nobody's even talking about it.
They didn't rage bait enough with season 2.
No.
Now Rings of Power is just, super irrelevant, but somehow Agatha All Along is more irrelevant, and Love is Blind is at the top of the Nielsen charts where it belongs.
They always are, right? The reality TV
This
shows
is what people
want.
That and the Lyle and Eric Menendez story from Ryan Murphy and Outer Banks.
Of course.
Tulsa King's up there too.
Yep. So what I find most interesting about this is like the first 3 episodes made the Nielsen charts, and then after that they didn't. If you have Disney Plus, it like automatically has Nielsen turned on so that you get updates on it. But look, I enjoyed the show. Granted, it's not exactly something I'm in the demographic for, but the fact that it was so cheap to make and didn't seem to be trying to be something that it wasn't, kind of, it made inroads to me. And I find Agatha Harkness, I find the character to be kind of a lot of fun, as over the top as Catherine Hahn plays her. But
we have another 20 from Jose Quintana. For context, Benny Blanco is a character from the 1993 movie Carlito's Way. It starred Al Pacino, and John Leguizamo played Benny Blanco from the Bronx, a great movie from the early 90s.
Yeah, I still haven't. Okay. That's one of those ones that I still haven't seen.
But Benny Blanco just got his name from that.
He
didn't even come up with it himself.
Look, it disappeared after episode 4. It was replaced like at the bottom of the Nielsen charts by like episodes of Unsolved Mysteries, which were sitting at like 352 million minutes watched. Right? For context, in that setting, She-Hulk was in the 400s. Well, so it couldn't even beat She-Hulk.
If it's below some of these other shows in minutes watched, it is relevant to bring up that these episodes of Agatha are short, which is part of the reason why you stuck with it as long as you did.
Yeah, when I turn it on and it says that it's like 32 minutes and 8 minutes of that are credits, I'm like, let's go.
And it's been my pet theory for a long time that TV episodes are getting painfully long because they want to inflate minutes watched numbers.
So they just want to do that so that they can show up on streaming charts. What's funny about that is when you think of shorter TV shows, you don't think of dramas. You think of sitcoms, right? You think of 30-minute sitcom episodes.
Well, everything you're rewatching from back when TV was good.
No. So those are all 42 minutes. Those are hour-long shows, but they would have been
with commercials
an hour, but so they're 42 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But 30-minute shows, which turn out to be about 22 minutes with ads, I'm ready for them to start making 22-minute dramas. Like rather than doing an hour.
You know what? They're gonna bring back Quibi.
Yeah.
Quibi vertical videos.
I'm down for it.
Vertical drama series.
Okay, I don't know about that. I don't want to watch vertical drama series, but
that's what it was. They were ahead of their time.
But
truly.
this is the reason why I've liked Tulsa King as much as I had. Is the episodes all sat at about the 42-minute mark, right? They weren't overstaying their welcome, so you got through the season a lot faster, especially if you weren't watching week to week to week. So I'm ready for them to start doing that. Like, stop worrying about minutes watched. Make the episode shorter. I don't even want hour anymore. I don't even want 40 minutes anymore. 28 minutes. That's what your show can be.
Is this just your attention span?
Yes, it is. No, it actually is.
I'm sure that She-Hulk, even She-Hulk being more successful than Agatha as a spinoff, that shows what you were saying. It's easier to get people to hate watch than not watch at all.
If you look at what they have with the Agatha ratings up through episode 5, they were sitting at about 426 as a peak for episodes 1 and 2, and then it drops to about 365 for episode 3. They don't know 4. 5 was 310.
Do you still stan?
I still stand. I'm fine with it. It was what it was. It didn't need to be anything more than that. And they're not touting it as some great major success. They just said it was cheap to make, therefore it was financially feasible.
Well, one thing that was a major success was Deadpool and Wolverine this year. For Disney and Marvel in general, yes. It made $1.3 billion at the box office. And it's getting huge numbers in the home video release.
I think it's the highest grossing home video release for an R-rated movie.
Yeah, and now at a recent D23 Expo, Kevin Feige has been asked if there are plans for a sequel to Deadpool and Wolverine.
They can't do that.
And he's not going to do it. And this was his answer. It literally means nothing. You're going to hear an answer that means nothing.
Well, that's what they do when you're a CEO.
The plans with Deadpool and Wolverine will always be the same. We're always wondering where we can fit them in and how fast.
Well, the problem is that Ryan Reynolds is taking a year off to write a new non-Marvel movie with Shawn Levy and Hugh Jackman. Yeah,
so what they decided after Deadpool and Wolverine was, Kevin Feige, you can't sit with us.
Yeah.
We're going to go do our own thing. We have fun without you. So he's kind of seething in the corner. And then when asked about Blade, which just got basically trashed.
Trashed again.
Yeah. They said, we're committed to Blade. We love the character. We love Mahershala's version of him. And rest assured, whenever we change direction with a project or are still trying to figure out how it fits into our schedule, we let the public know. You're updated on what's going on, but I can say that the character will make it to the MCU.
What I want for them to do is I want them to give Shawn Levy all the work. I really do. Like, I can't stress enough how much I he was an executive producer on Unsolved Mysteries, so he was part of that bottom list there. Like, he was the producer on Fall Guy, right? Like, this guy has just done so much stuff that I really, really enjoy.
Fall Guy was a flop, though, as much as we liked it.
No, did I say Fall Guy? Free Guy.
Oh, Free Guy.
No, okay. Free Guy, which I really, really like. He works with Ryan Reynolds a lot, you know? So he did The Adam Project on Netflix, which I really, really enjoyed as well. I don't know if anybody actually... I mean, it did, from what I understand, it did fairly well because it was a kid's movie. But it was kind of heartwarming, and it was really, really good. And most of the stuff that he produces, he produced Arrival. He's just done a lot of stuff that I really, really enjoy. And if we want to push for an industry that wants to move back towards meritocracy, you should be rewarding the people who are giving you $1.3 billion movies. You shouldn't give those franchises to somebody you've never heard of. Like Nia DaCosta should not be doing a $1.3 billion, or should not be doing the next Marvel movie unless she has done a $1.3 billion Marvel movie beforehand, or a bunch of other films that add up to that level of success.
Even if she had a $1.3 billion Marvel movie under her belt already, that wouldn't mean anything because she had so little creative control over the Marvels.
And it's different.
It wouldn't have even gone to her credit.
And it doesn't even matter because Ryan Reynolds is different than anybody, a lot of those other people, because he'll have more creative control over his character and his work because of his strength as a producer and just the clout that he has within the industry. Same with Hugh Jackman.
Right.
I think it's funny because they're looking for a new CEO to replace Bob Iger right now. And if we're being honest, 2024 hasn't been the worst year for Disney.
I'm just going to say, if Disney is looking for a new CEO, Elon Musk has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever.
Think he could find a way to afford it?
Elon, if you're watching this, please take over as CEO of Disney.
And he comes in with a sink.
Please, let it sink in.
But okay, so they had major box office successes with Deadpool and Wolverine. They had Inside Out 2. It looks like Moana is going to open strong and do better than people anticipated that it was going to do. I don't know if there's projections yet for Mufasa, but I was looking through the trailer in the material. I don't know about that. See, I don't know about that. So some of the animation is a little bit more emotive in the stuff that I saw than the original. But holiday releases being what they are, it's been a better year for Disney this year than 2023 or 2022.
Okay, yes.
So the question is who do they get? I know that they want to possibly get the guy who runs EA Games to replace Bob Iger, but it's going to be a hell of a search. And I don't know if they're going to promote internally or if they're going to do it differently, but they've got a good track record going this year. I don't know if next year will be the same because they said that they wanted to limit the amount of content that they put out every year. But since they already had a bunch of projects down the, in the pipeline, they're going to have 3 movies next year, not 2, because they've got Thunderbolts, they've got Captain America: Brave New World, which is an absolute. I'm literally it's gonna be just me at the theater. No one's gonna like it but me, because I'm just gonna be like, there, Giancarlo Esposito's awesome. I like this stuff. I get it. But they've got that, and I believe, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, that Fantastic Four comes out next year as well. I don't
are you
think
just talking about Marvel or Disney in general?
I'm just saying in general. I mean, that's their powerhouse right now. It's not like they're looking to Star Wars to bolster their
Snow
rep.
White is coming out.
Yeah.
In the spring.
Well, and that's going to be hilarious too.
Yeah.
Do they have any other what are their other non-Marvel, non-Star Wars stuff coming out? Is there anything else besides Snow White?
I'm sure there's Pixar stuff too.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Oh, I think I saw that they were going to announce Cars 4 at D23. I'm not sure if that's been announced yet, though.
Okay.
There's a 20 there from Philip Reed.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that one. I only saw the title, and all I thought was, "Who cares?"
What title?
The title of our
episode?
Episode?
I mean, that's every day, man.
Well, I appreciate you being here, even though you don't care.
The big thing is every day we talk about stuff and people go, "Why do you care so much?"
I don't know, man.
My job
it's my job to care.
It's my job to care. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.